Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to talk about my September TBR, and I am doing this before my wrap-up, which I normally try to do my wrap-up first and then my TBR for the next month, but this month is a little bit different because I am going to be participating in Becca's Bookoplathon, which is a month-long readathon that she's doing. It's based on her TBR game of Bookopoly. So this is something that she does on her channel every single month, and she created this Monopoly board, but it has book prompts on it instead, and that's how she chooses her TBR. She plays around of it, and it's so much fun. I love watching those videos. And if you watched my video yesterday talking about how I'm making some changes to my reading, this was definitely something that sparked that change for me and got me so excited to read this month. So I said, I'm doing this. I don't care what else I had going on. I am doing this. So I made some changes, and I made enough changes that I was able to definitely make this work. So I'm very excited about that. Now, what Becca did was she created a whole new board for this because her board is tailored to her bookshelves and the genres and the prompts that would work for her. That's not necessarily going to work for everybody. So in order to make it much more inclusive for everyone in the community to be able to do this, she created a brand new board that has much more broad prompts and, something that everybody can work with, basically. So what she did was she created that, and then she made it available to us where we can download it, print it off, and we have our own little mini version of it. And it's super cute, you guys. Look how cute that is. I printed it out and I was like, yes. So I printed this on some cardstock, so it's kind of nice and sturdy. And so it's basically the rules of Monopoly. You start on go, you roll 2 die, you go those things, and then whatever you land on is the prompt that you use to pick a book. You pick ahead of time how many rolls you want to go for. If you roll a double, you add a roll, because that's a free spin, you get to go again. And there was also a rule where if you land on a prompt and you literally can't think of anything, or you don't want to do that prompt, you can skip it, but for the next roll that you have, the next prompt that you get, you have to pick 2 books. So that was a rule as well. And then you do have chance and community cards that you were able to print out too, and you wrote on those. Now the community cards were prompts that you just think of off the top of your head, you write them on the card, and then if you land on that, you pick one, and that's the prompt that you use. And it could be whatever you wanted to put down there. For the chance cards, she suggested that you write down specific books that, half of them are books that you really want to read and you're really excited about, and then half of them are books that you're less excited about reading, and then you mix them up and shuffle them and everything and see what pops up. So I did those as well. And then you just play and you pick how many times you want to read based on your reading. I am going to spin 10 times. Now, the reason I'm going to do that is because I do also plan to participate in the Buzzword Readathon because it is the final round of that. And I want to do that readathon because it's a readathon I've done before and I really, really enjoyed. And it's going to be the last one. So I definitely want to do that. Now that's going to be September 21st to the 27th. So towards the end of the month. But I had to keep that in mind because I definitely want to do that. So that's going to be separate from this. So I didn't want to pick too many off of here and then, not remember that I have that going on too. Now, picking 10 books from here, that's 10 books basically for 3 weeks of the month. Is that realistic for me? Could be, possibly. But what I've decided to do is I'm picking these books, and instead of saying, I have to read these, or I'm not going to be successful, it doesn't matter if I read all 10 or if I read one, it doesn't matter, right? So I'm picking these, and this is going to be what I pick from the month, and I'll just get to as many as I can. And if there's some that I'm not feeling, even though I'm picking them now, if I'm not feeling it in 2 weeks, then I don't have to read it. It's totally fine. So this is just going to be like one big stack that I pick from for the month. And I'm going to read what really calls to me first. And then we'll see how many I get through. I'm probably not going to get to all of them. And I'm going into this knowing that. But it's nice to have options, right? So that's kind of my plan for this. So we are going to start the rolls. I'm going to spin 10 times, see what pops up, pick some books, and I'm so excited. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I have my little Hedwig here. He's going to be my little game piece. We're going to start on go like you always do in Monopoly. We're going to start here, and I'm going to do 10 rolls. We're going to make this in it to win it. We're going to make it count. And then the 10 books that I pick for the prompts will be what I choose to read from in the month of September. It doesn't mean I'm going to read them all. I'm not going to read them all, actually, but that's going to be, I'll have some options to pick and choose from. So I'm going to have fun with this while I can. Okay, so roll number 1 is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starting out with a chance card, you guys. Okay. All right, chance. I do not remember what I wrote on these. These are just books. Some of them I'm excited to read, some of them not so much. So we'll see what comes up first. And I did shuffle these before I put the board down. So let's see. Okay. A Stranger in the House by Sherry LaPena. Okay, roll number 1, we landed on a chance card, and that is A Stranger in the House by Sherry LaPena. So this one was one that I was probably a little bit less excited about, less likely to pick up anytime soon, because I have read a Sherry LaPena book before, and it was fine. It wasn't anything mind-blowing. It was all right. Still interested in reading more of her books to see where she kind of goes, but this one is nice and short, so I do appreciate that. Okay, roll number 2 is, a double. Okay, we're doing 11. So 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. An adult book. So any adult book. Spin number 2, we're on a double. So that means I'm going to add another spin at the end. So we're going to go for 11 instead. And this one was to pick an adult book. And as I was looking at my shelves, this book has been popping up a lot lately on some channels that I've been watching. People have been reading it, and it's not a new release by any means. Actually, I think the 3rd book is about to come out in this series, but people are reading the 1st one right now, probably, to read the series and then be ready for the 3rd one. But it's something a lot of people are talking about, and just nothing but good things. So I'm going to choose The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is a high fantasy, from what I'm hearing, pretty intense and political, and it surrounds war. I've also heard like assassin school, which is a buzzword for me. So I do really, really want to read this. And this was gifted to me as well from my friend Jenna. So yeah, but I think I'm finally going to pick this one up. Okay, roll number 3. Another double. I'm really, really glad, you guys, that I decided just to pick a big stack to pick from instead of putting that pressure on myself to have to read these certain books, because we're up to 12 rolls, guys. I'm making it count, right? Okay, so 2. 1, 2. First in a series. Ooh, good one. Roll number 3, another double. All right, we're going to roll for 12. Okay, so that one was a first in a series. Now, I think I'm going to go for All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This is the first book in the Murderbot series, and it's a series of smaller, at least they start out as novellas. I think the further the series go, the longer they start getting into more novel length from what I'm understanding. But this is one that I have purchased the first 3 books on my Kindle. They came up as like super sales and stuff, like 99 cents and all that. So I went ahead and got them. And I've heard really good things about this, so that it would be something nice and short. It's the first in a series, and it's something I recently purchased. Okay, roll number 4. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Read a sad book. Oh no, a sad book. Right, roll number 4 is a sad book. Now, looking at my shelves, I had a couple options of things that I've just heard were really sad, but I decided to go ahead and just pick the saddest book that I think is going to be the saddest one on my shelves. And that's A Little Life by Hana Yanagihara. I am not positive, to be honest with you, that I'm going to get to this one yet, because it is huge. It's a chunker and it's really sad. I really feel like this one would be something that it would take me a while to get through. So I don't know that I'll be getting to this in this readathon, but if something happens and I'm feeling like that's what I want to read, maybe I could gravitate towards it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll read this instead of 3 other books. We'll see. But I will go ahead. I have pulled it and it's on my list. Okay, roll number 5 is another 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, friend pick. I'm actually going to let Layla pick for me because she actually asked me if she could pick a book for me to read in September. She was a little jealous that my husband got to pick one last month, so I'm going to have her pick one this month. Okay, so the next roll was friend pick, and I decided to have my daughter Layla, my 9-year-old, pick a book for me, and this is funny. She is obsessed with Hamilton. I mean, she watched it. We all watched it as a family when it came on Disney Plus. Obviously, my husband and I have seen it before. We saw the stage play, like we saw it in person. And then when it came on Disney Plus, we were all excited, and the girls wanted to watch it, so we let them watch it. And she's obsessed. Like, she's actually upstairs right now listening to it. I can hear the music. She will put on the playlist and just like all day. So she loves it. She has a Hamilton backpack for school. She has a Hamilton mask to wear to school. Like, she is Hamilton. So when I told her that she could pick a book for me, she was looking through stuff and she said, "Do you have any Hamilton books?" And I said, "Actually, I do. I have 2 books that kind of surround that time period, and he's probably in there. One he's definitely in, the other one he probably is." And she's like, "Where?" And so I showed her, what they were, and she looked at both of them, and then she picked My Dear Hamilton. This is by Stephanie Dray and Laura Kamoe. And this actually follows Eliza Hamilton. So it is a historical fiction. It's fictionalized about Eliza. But yeah, so. Okay. Okay, we are on roll number 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, my highest rated. Oh no, you guys. And the next roll was my highest rated. Okay. This was interesting because when I looked up my highest rated book on Goodreads out of all of my TBR books, it was hard for me to find one that was not part of a series that I was ready to read, basically. The actual highest rated book on my TBR is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. And technically that's the first in a series, I know that, but I don't want to read that until I finish my Mistborn. I still need to finish the Mistborn series. Like, I want to get Mistborn first and then move on to Way of Kings. I don't want to mix them up because I'll get mixed up. So I'm not ready to read that one yet. And then it went down into, book number 6 in a series. And I was like, I haven't even started that series. So it just kind of, I had to scroll down a little bit. But this one, I don't remember exactly what number it was, but it was the first one that was like, I'm ready to read this now. That's fine. It's not part of a series. It's not in the middle of a series I haven't started yet, and all that. So, but I was very, very excited to see that this was on here. And that is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is a recent gift that was actually sent to me by Jenna, who also sent me The Poppy War. And this has been all over the place. I mean, BookTube, Instagram, anywhere people are talking about books, they're talking about this one right now. And just all of the rave reviews has gotten me really excited to read it. And so when this popped up as my highest rated that I'm ready to read, I was very excited to see that. So I'm pretty positive this is going to happen. Okay, we are on roll number 7. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, a foiled cover. A book with a foiled cover on it. Okay, roll number 7 is a foiled cover, and I had a few options for this, so I was kind of looking at them, and the one that really stood out to me and kind of went, ooh, is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I have not read this book yet. I do love Kristen Hanna as an author, though, and she wrote one of my favorite books of all time, The Nightingale. That is like top 3 of my favorite books of all time. So this has foiling right here. As you can see, the road right there is foiled. It's actually got gold and silver and blue foiling right there. It is also foiled, like the title here is foiled, and then there's also foiling on the inside on the end papers. The state of Alaska is foiled too. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my TBR. Okay, roll number 8. Another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, a poll pick. Fun. Okay, next one is a poll pick. So what I did, the night that I, did my rolls and stuff, I put a poll up on Instagram, and I just picked 2 books that were probably a little similar, like feeling and kind of something I was a little like, I'm kind of in the mood for that. So I picked 2. I put a poll up on Instagram in my stories, and I had you guys vote for which one I should add to my September TBR. So those of you who voted, thank you very much. And it was no contest. This book won. So A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is the first book in the All Souls trilogy. I've heard nothing but good things about this book in particular. And a lot of people have said the trilogy is really, really good. There's also an adaptation on this one for sure. I don't know. I don't remember what network it's on, but it's on something. I've seen, a lot of previews for it and stuff. This is a hefty chunky chunk, but I have just heard really, really good things about it. And I'm kind of in the mood for something like this. So thank you for everyone who voted. Okay, roll number 9. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A standalone book. And the next roll was a standalone. And for this one, I actually went over to my Book of the Month books. And this one has really stood out to me as I really want to read this. And again, nothing but good things. And I've had a lot of people be like, read that. We need to talk about it. So I need to read it so I can talk about it. And that is One to Watch. This is by Kate Stamen London. And this one is also a pretty big book. I was really surprised when it came how big it is. I think it's over 400 pages for sure. It has to be. Yeah, a little over 400 pages. But I've had people say I read that in 2 days. I couldn't put it down. So I'm not like the size isn't really, concerning me anymore because I think the content is going to be fantastic. And I'm really excited to read this one. So of all the Book of the Month books I've gotten so far, this is the one that I'm just like, I really want to read that. Okay, roll number 10. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A book with nature on the cover. So that can be plants, water, trees, animals, something naturey. The next roll is a book with nature on the cover. And again, I have a lot of options for this. One that really stood out to me though, and I've had this one for a while. I got this from a friend. She sent it to me. And my friend Jennifer is When We Were Worthy. And this is by Mary Beth Mayhew Whalen. I believe it's a young adult that follows a car accident involving some high school kids. And some things happen from there. But this one is short. So I wanted to, kind of have some shorter options for myself too, just in case I do get into these kind of longer ones. So this could be like a good kind of in between, break it up type thing, but obviously lots of grass on the cover here. Okay, roll number 11. Since we got 2 doubles, we have 2 extra rolls. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another friend pick. Okay, another friend pick. All right, roll number 11 is another friend pick. And so I figured if Layla picked one for me, I should have Kaylin pick one for me too, my 12-year-old. Now, Kaylin went totally selfish. And she went to her bookshelves and got a book that she's been bugging me to read. She wants me to finish the series that I had started. I have read the first book. And she wants me to finish it so we can talk about it. And she said, I can't talk to you because I'm going to spoil things and you don't let me spoil things and you need to finish the series so we can talk about it. So I said, okay, fine. So she picked out The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan, which is book number 2 in the Percy Jackson series. I did read the first book and I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. So she went right over her shelf, got her copy of this and wants me to read it. So Well played, Kaylin. I'll take it. This is like her favorite. I guess you could say Percy Jackson to her is what Harry Potter is to me. She loves it. Okay, this should be the last roll, number 12, if it doesn't come up on a double. Let's see. 3. 1, 2, 3. Most recent purchase. Oh no. And the last spin is your most recent purchase. So for this one, I decided to go what my most recent purchase was on my Kindle, because I still want to make sure I'm reading on my Kindle every month. And I average like 2 to 3 books on my Kindle a month. So I just wanted to add one from my Kindle. So the most recent purchase on my Kindle was Irresistible by Melanie Harlow. This is I think it's like a new adult smutty good time that I was recommended from Adultish Books. And so she had told me that she really liked it. I looked it up. It was $1.99. Done. So I went ahead and downloaded it. So that's my most recent purchase on my Kindle. So I'm going to read that one. Okay. So these plus 2 Kindle books? 2? Are all these going to happen this month? Nope. But this is the pile I'm going to pick from. So we are going to see how it goes. Whatever's calling to me is what I will be picking. I have a few in mind already that I think I'm really going to get to. Now, I do plan to do weekly reading vlogs for this. So let's see. The first is on a Tuesday. So I will do reading vlogs from Tuesday to Monday. And then that Tuesday I will try to post them up. So like the day after I finish. So that's going to be my plan. Hopefully that will work. But, since I have a set number of books I'm going to be picking from, I kind of wanted to vlog that experience for you guys. And then, like I said, I will be doing the Buzzwordathon as well. So I will be taking a break from these and reading the Buzzwordathon books at the end of September, towards the end. That will be completely separate. I will have a whole new TBR video for that one. So that'll be something separate that I'm doing. So I'll have a reading vlog for that one too. So lots of reading vlogs this month, basically. At least one a week. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to be able to do this, and excited to get started. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. What do you think I should read first? And yeah, I'm excited to get started on Tuesday. So leave your thoughts down below. If you have not checked out Becca from Becca and the Books, I highly recommend you do. Her channel is fantastic. I'll leave her channel link down below, and definitely watch her Bookopoly playlist if you haven't. They're so much fun, and I'm excited to be able to do my own little version of it. So, all right. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.